Hello guys, welcome back to yet another exciting episode right here at Gamers Talk Show. I'm your host, call me Alex Otieno. So today I want to talk about education. Is the Kenyan education finally proving worthless? Of course, on set I'm joined by Mawakili. Let's introduce ourselves from this far end.
Hi guys, my name is Nanga Giovanni. I'm a law student at MKU Parklands Law Campus.
Alright.
Good evening. So I'm Steven Tambua, student at Mount Kenya University Law Campus.
Mm-hmm.
Good evening. My name is Monique Istinja, a student in MKU Parklands Law Campus.
Good evening, guys. Charles Njeri is my name. Mount Kenya University Law Campus, Parklands.
Good evening, guys. Alex Uching is my name. I'm not a law student, but I'm the brand one. Anyway, so guys, in the recent past, I'm actually this is bado kuna history ya Brand Mwenda, right?
Yeah.
Who's been hitting the social media left, right, and center, right? Mara sio mara watu kimsema sijui ni quack. Mara he's won 26 cases out of all the cases that he has handled. Now, nyinyi kama mawakili, the question is very simple. Do you think kwenye tumefika saa hizi, where someone can infiltrate your body yenyu and then akuja nasema ni kwaka? Do you feel like the Kenyan education is finally proving to be pointless? Let me start by Nganga.
Okay, what I'd say, Neza jadi nikaa kwa Mungu ni mwalimu, so technically I hope usiangalie sana. What I'd say, tunakula shida. The education system imeenda off kabisa. Sasa kwa unakuta hadi tukirudi kwa tseme like the KCSE exam. Sasa unakuta like kwamba a very big percentage simena save below. Sasa ni kama hadi ukimaliza tu campus ya ukimaliza tu form 4 ingia tu aviator. What I'd say, imeenda.
But okay, when I advise that tukimaliza for 4 tuingia aviation. na wewe uko law. Wewe mbona uko na aviation? Why did you choose law? Passion.
Yeah.
Until ukaona kuna mtu anaitwa Brand Mwenda.
Sasa ndio inakuonyesha beat the system.
Oh. That's what I thought. Let's go to umesema ni Tambua. Jitambulishe.
Okay. Personally, I don't feel like the education is going down or something. Like all of us tumeona like how kusema kweli education ya Kenya it's elevating. That's for real. We can't just choose it for perspective ya Mwendwa because of the fraud that he committed and something. So na venye CBC inaendelea, how it's going, like we're trying to adapt to the new technologies and to this era, you know.
But okay, let me cut short. Umesema yesterday. Let's not judge it because of brands, ndio. But let me remind you that si brand peke yake amebeat system your design. Let me read for you a few. Kuna huyu mtu Ronald Medi alikuwa na county. This doctor. Yeye aliperform 8 successful surgeries. Na haja kanyaga any medical school. Hata ile sije tumefunzwa hapana. Yeye alifanya 8 then akakuja wakagundua this guy is a quack doctor. Akapelekwa venye mtu anapelekwa mbio saizi. There's this other guy was called simkumbuke jina vizuri, alikuwa Waiganjo, a police officer. Yeye alifanya juu chini venye Brand Mwenda amefanya, akarise to almost assistant commissioner. Na alikuwa na fired yao polisi wengine for 10 years. For 10 years after kujulikana ati ilikuwa aqua real wakamfanyia hivyo. There's someone who was like a pilot for 8 good years KQ bila kwenda class ya kufanya hizo aviation. So tell me, to try to story ya Brand Mwenda, what about these others? Do you think it's more about education ama ni passion wenye anasema?
It's interesting actually because it's funny vile these people wanakuja ku recognize that these guys are quacks after like a very long period of time. Mbona like I feel like the system in okay, allow me to refer going near Brand Mwenda. So a small background story history about him before venye ajoin ndo akuwe the quack advocate. So that guy
quack.
Anyway, any fraud. He's not an advocate by law. You see, so he tried to to log in the portal the KSL. I mean LSK. Sorry, the law society of Kenya. And so alijaribu to log in but he couldn't access it. So alifanya impersonation ni cybercrime. Unajua maybe is related to other people. Yeah, so he entered another advocate's detail. Log in, so he was an advocate but his status was inactive. Yeah, so that's how aliwork. So ndo kwa maana nasema it's very interesting na nashangaa. So I feel like those big organizations na LSK actually alisema that their systems were not compromised by that by Mwenda and the likes hao wenye walikuwa na kuhusiana na kuhack hizo system. LSK wanasema hivyo, but on the other hand the guy aliweza kurepresent watu wa kesi, and moreover akawin 26 cases. This brilliance, I actually admire hiyo level yake ya akili. Ndio anaweza kuwa a role model, but anyway
watu utaikuwa kwaka. Let's proceed. Cynthia, Tambua is saying like LSK walisema like their system was not compromised in any way. Na mmaliza tutaka kusema ati this guy won 26 cases. But we saw the president of LSK and Eric. He came out saying that the claims that Brian Mwenda had won like 26 cases is a lie. So before Jibu Iswari, tell me, how do you feel as someone who is currently doing law? How do you feel sitting somewhere, watching the news, and then you find that someone has been working without a license? Na ameshinda kesi.
Firstly, Brian Mwenda alikuwa amefanya criminology. Tuanzie hapo. That's why angefanya civil cases. Civil cases ni kama hizi presidential cases. That's why aliweza kudeal na criminal cases, na ungepata hakuweza kudraft vitu zingine juu hakuwa niyo content. Angesaidiwa na mtu. But kitu alikuwa nayo mzuri ni confidence. Confidence muhimu. Confidence. So the moment alikuwa nayo, and the moment hao watu wanamsaidia kudraft the cases, these are the facts of the cases, these are the judgment of the cases. So hata judge na magistrate wako, wow, huwa anaweza pingana na hii kesi juu. Nimeona pia alikuwa kwa kesi ya huyu leader, the former Mungiki leader alikuwa anaitwa Maina Njenga. Walikuwa na kesi koti and alikuwa one of the lawyers. So una expect hiyo intellectuality yake yenye alikuwa nayo. So for us as lawyers, yes, we need education but also passion. Lakini hiyo kitu imefanya baka mzazi anakuambia grades zikitoka hizo sasa results. Ako guy, na huwa alipita hii unaleta na mtu anafanya bila kusoma hii. So like kuna vile in lawyers imetudimini. Watu wanaona law is easy na it's not easy. We sweat. No, we sweat.
I'm the only one who is not doing law here. So ni kama mimi nachukua side ya Brian. No, we are not saying that law is easy.
Yeah.
But jamaa, because okay, I saw somewhere that the father was saying actually alifanya diploma criminal law, then akaenda akafanya degree law, then akagraduate GKSL in 2022. Si ndio? Now, at least akona background.
Yeah.
But assuming some mtu kama mimi, okay, the Omotata, ni Okio Omotata. Nasikia hajasomea anything. True or false? True.
Yes.
Na bado pia anapambana na nyinyi. And someone confessed, sijui ni nani, there's this senior counsel anaitanga nani? Simkumbuki vizuri. Aliconfess akisema kwamba stop grilling Brian Mwenda, yet Okio Omotata has been practicing like that the longest time, and even dusting some of us who claim to have studied law. So it's not a matter of society mmekuwa demeaned. Nyali ya mai. City guy. Do you feel demeaned?
I'm not demeaned.
Yes.
What I want first to take away from your statement is saying that Okio Omotata has been practicing law. Have you ever seen Okio Omotata anywhere?
I'm sorry, I don't know those terms.
Anywhere.
Don't start there now.
Anywhere addressing the bench. When we talk about practicing law, we talk about going to represent someone in court
Okay.
Okio Mtata is an activist. You can also become an activist. All you need is to collect banners and have supporters walk in the streets. That's all. On this case of Brian Mwendwa, I can say that first, laws are there to be broken. Laws are there to be broken. So unless you break the law, you will never know the essence of the law. And quackinism and stealing is everywhere. Today, drug trafficking is everywhere. So I cannot say that the system is weak, but people are trying to interfere with everything. Crime is everywhere. Then on the issue of the cases that the guys that are being claimed to have been won. Number one, I can say that the cases were not won. Justice was defeated because the legal measures that are taken towards winning a case, they were not followed to the latter because of having someone who is not qualified in the process. And in that way, justice was defeated, justice was not served.
I'm tempted to ask this question. So if the lawyer who was involved wasn't like licensed or certified to do that, yet he represented someone or a case in court before a qualified judge and it went through. So hatuoni kama basi unajaribu kusema both the lawyer and the judge walikuwa abaragarigaria.
No, that is not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to tell you is that you can still today, even there is a Swahili proverb that says siku za mwezi ni 40. Si ati namaanisha hizi siku zingine unaniibia mimi ni mjinga. Ipo ile siku utashikwa. Hiyo 40 ikifika. Of course, if he was qualified, you know, when you start your presentation before an experienced judge, you will come to a point he will ask you, "Counsel, kindly assist me with your admission number." There is where your nightmare begins. If you are not admitted in the bar, you will say a number, the number will be feeded, it will not, your name will not come in the system, you know. So that will be the beginning of your nightmare. So in any way, you really can't work like that. And people have to go to school, people have to work hard, sweat, and have something legitimate.
All right. So with regards to that, yes, we'll finish. You can't say that Mwena didn't have a license because you cannot represent someone in the court of law without a license. So being a fraud, obviously, he had done forgery in the process. It's a must. You have a license to represent a lawyer, and you have to, to finish your law school and move on to the School of Law, Kenya School of Law, which you're supposed to do for 2 years. Then you're admitted to the bar. In doing so, that's when you acquire the license to represent someone. At that point, that's where you become a barrister now. Yes, a barrister is someone in a common law jurisdiction who can represent someone in a court of law. Yep. So, always to amka at window like just in a court of law when you don't have a license. Like lazimu kuona at least it's forged, but it's not yours. That's all nona meshiko. So they found out 10 years later, which is very unfortunate, and realized even applies to other cases. Because me, I'm still wondering. I feel like there's some connections with these people. Because actually, to make this matter funny, do you know Brian Mwenda attended all LSK meetings with the president of LSK?
And even took photos.
Photos with him, taking juice. Yeah. Very confident, yes.
So alishikwaje. If you have to do some background check, alishikwaje.
Okay, I had. Me, I had.
Anajua.
Okay, so.
You know, Brian Mwenda is charged of impersonification. So the real Brian now, impersonifying is like taking uitwe coming, but Cynthia. Yeah. So the moment huo mtu alienda kulog in kwa nini yake kwa portal yake LSK, anashangaa mbona inaandika mtu already attended, already ako kwa makesi. So akapigiana akaambiwa kuna Brian Mwenda mwingine. So when they investigated, that's why they knew this is the real one, because also the identification card inaonyesha this is the real Brian Mwenda. but the fake one hapo sando akashikwa, but kulikuwa na rumors alisetiwa na girlfriend yake. So
the real ones, the real lawyer, the lawyer who is certified is called Brian Mwendo.
Mwendwa.
There is Brian Mwendo, then there is this another one from Meru community called Mwenda. So in Meru, from that community, they don't have Mwendo. Mwendo is another community. They have Mwenda. So, but they were both with Brian. So it was easy for him to maneuver over the system.
All right. So let us take a short commercial break. But the question still remains. To say like, okay, you state that there are laws, and for you to know the importance of a law, it has to be broken. But the question is, yes, Mwenda is a quack lawyer, as we are saying. But how was he able to navigate the system for that long? As an unqualified lawyer, winning cases or not winning, we are not sure. So guys, this is Gamers Talk Show. I'm your host, Otieno. Stay locked. We'll be back. So hello guys, welcome back. So before we went for that break, we were talking about the story of Brian Mwenda, who is allegedly a quack lawyer, as people may say. But now you can see, kuna watu kama kina Tuoli, wamemcongratulate kina Ezekiel pale, wako zile za ye, kina Sonko, wako pale wanatembea naye bumper to bumper, right? Like they're representing the youth. Now, wanasema kwamba wanaelewa the problem that you go through as learned fellows, learned youth who've graduated with degrees, with masters, with diplomas. But the question is the job market ready to absorb us? Kama mavijana. Now, let's start from this end. What is the future, or how does the future look like for you, Kenyan graduate?
As a Kenyan graduate, we are optimistic because opportunities are there. If you are out there saying that opportunities are not there, I think the problem is not the society. The problem is you. And one of the challenges that we...
I like the way you're pointing. The problem is you.
One of the biggest challenges that we have as youths is that there is an assumption that somehow after you have walked out of the university or college with a diploma certificate, with a university degree, the economy is going to create the space for you. That someone is going to move a bit for you. That is one of the pathetic thinking that we have. Opportunities are deliberately created. Otherwise, they will not be there. You have to wake up and start doing something. If you have to be a quack so that you can live well, then let it be.
So you agree that Mwenda ana shida hapo?
No. What I'm trying to say, I would rather
be a quack.
No, I would rather support Mwenda. Not of what he has said, but what he have done. But he faced the law and correct that, than having someone with the credentials, the required credentials, and sitting back and saying, I'm waiting for that day when the sun will come from north and we are going to be told lawyers, 300 lawyers are needed and this is the number, come here. That is a poor thinking. And in every other aspect, we have to remove that mentality. We as the young people, how are you going to eradicate poverty from yourself? Work from that bench. It's not about, we are Liba, we are the hack system. Then you are sleeping hungry. You see, even as we talk, the truth of the matter is that Brian Mwenda, if he was a quack or he have gone to school, you see, he's working with people like Mike Sonko. He has a trolley on his support. So you cannot have these people unless you have been of impact to them. And at the long last, Mwenda will not be jailed. Let's be genuine. Yeah. Mwenda cannot be jailed in the Kenyan system. Mwenda will get free what the much they can do is to make Mwenda to never be admitted in the bar, and to make him known that in the society he is not a lawyer. It's not a lawyer. Yes, you can say it is a shame to him, but what about a man who has been arrested of raping and goes to the court and comes back in the society? So that shame you can't compare with the shame where I'm being told that I was never qualified. You see? Yeah, either way, Mwenda is living well. So yes.
So let me ask Cynthia. Amesema there are so many opportunities.
Yeah.
But I didn't quite grasp what you meant by saying that the opportunities are deliberately created. So do you mean that these opportunities that are there, or the person who's graduated is supposed to create an opportunity for themselves rather than sitting?
What I'm trying to say is that you have to find something to do. Let's delete that mentality of that, I must be called somewhere, and that's why we are sitting back and waiting for that day. Wake up, do something.
All right. Cynthia, what is the future like for a graduate from your perspective?
I believe that we are the ones who create opportunities for ourselves. Like when you go for an interview, either a lawyer, either a doctor, either an engineer, what do you have different from the other interviewers that have come to be interviewed? So for example, ujieke uko nje, like how Charles has said, jieke uko nje. Don't, for us lawyers, tunaambiagwa, don't rely on law alone. Kuwa na vitu zingine zinakushikilia, si ndio? See, you saw a scenario in the other time, kuna mtu alichoma certificates zake, everything, because amitama kakakosa job, si ndio? But you as a youth, you should have that mentality that I can create this, I can build this. Because kila mtu hapa kuna mind, si ndio? Ama kila mtu alinyima, unajua? So, okay. But my point nasema, intelligence is the best capital you ever get. Neskia, when you have intelligence, you can make the soil to produce something that it has never produced. Neskia, you can make the aeroplane do something it has never done because you have that mindset. Sindio? So the moment you as a youth, you can create something, do it. It starts from scratch. It doesn't start from I have the capital, I have everything. But did you have that idea? Can I make that idea realistic in what I want to do? So for us as lawyers, I don't know the courses you are doing, all of you, but when you have that idea, please make it into action. Don't rely on one thing. I love how the other hosts were here. I love the girl that was talking. I was like, wow, she's talking good. So every time I was just sleeping, I was like, wow, she can make a good public speaker. She can make the crowd listen to her. You have that capability, but you don't believe in yourself that I can do it. You rely on someone. Unezongea public speaking. You can be a leader. You rely on people to tell you. Don't rely on yourself. The moment you start relying on yourself is the moment you'll make opportunities to follow you. Is the moment you'll make people to look at you. Brian Mwenda, nobody knew Brian Mwenda. Lakini sasa hivi amehit kila mtu ni nani huyo? Sasa TikTok amehit kwa sindio akona followers. The moment you make the impossibilities to become possibilities. The moment you make something that you had an idea to do to make it realistic. So that's what I can say. There are jobs here. It's because us as youth tunatakaga vitu free zinakuja tu soft life But do you know what it takes to have that soft life? Are you ready? Do you have the courage? Do you have the energy? Can you undertake the storms that come with it? No. So as youth, have that strength, have that, what is it called? I don't know how to say the word, but be energetic in what you want to do because you are the change. I'm not the change alone. You are the change. We are the change. All of us are the change. We cannot be depending on the government. Tunatamak sana. But as you, uone umetamak sana. Sindio?
Wow.
That's the question.
Wow. Inafaa nikuwe nikilele tu kama kila siku tu. Now let's go to Tambua. Now, what about someone who is at home? Anasema kwamba yes, she's talking of opportunities or maybe say make it fast there. What about this other person when you say mimi sina resources za ku avail these opportunities nataka. And I have to knock one door to the next looking for employment, unaweza mwambia nini?
Okay, first of all, I can say success starts with you as an individual. You know, you can choose to succeed or choose to fail due to your own reasons. You know, how you think, it's how like it matters on what you want in your life. It's not how hard you want it, but it's always how hard you can get it. Like, you know, most depending on the question you are saying about the graduates, you know, most people, let me use Kenyans, after me graduate, what you want, okay, I've read for 4 years, maybe na first class I've graduated, but then after me graduate, okay, you're going unaenda tu knock. The mentality is you're the only thing about white collar jobs. The Gachagua clearly said the other day that hakuna kazi Kenya, let's be creative. We are youths. We're done. Do you know youths are the main pillar of a country? Yeah. So I feel like huwezi tu kaa home alafu unaweza kusema ati nikienda sipati kazi, like the instance yule mtu amechoma certificate. Yeye ndo ametaka kuwa failure. Unaona? So if you want to succeed, you'll get it. It's how hard you want to get something. If you're not thirsty for something, hautapata. Kama umeona food iko but it's hard to access it. But if you want it so badly, utapitizo mashida zote. It's normal. There's no way, nothing comes on a silver platter, by the way. Uwezi amka tu sema ni God. Kila mtu anasemanga ni God. Napata anauza bangi anasema ni God tu. Ni God. Because okay, masa mingi kenye nafanya most graduates wanakuwa like they feel deprived kwa sababu umesoma but the person mwenye hajasoma wanasema kitu ni hiyo mnaitanga connection. So what is a connection when it's your turn to shine? But ikiwa mwingine obviously utasema ni corruption. Mbona amechukuliwa, mwezi achukuliwa. So unaichukulia ikiwa kwako like ikikusatisfy you're fine with it. There's no corruption there. See, after all he's my uncle, why not? So no. But then mtu mwingine akichukulia the other person mwenye amesoma, maybe yeye ndo anategemewa kwao or something. So ameng'ang'ana amesoma but he is friend. But anaona hujasoma but venye unaenda sana. Akijaribu kuuliza nini you can't help. Because actually what I feel about you, it's good to saidiane. People are from different backgrounds and you never know. Your friend might be an open door for me. So you see, and I really like shows like this because you get to interact with people who you never know might be maybe the way to a success. So that's why I like being an extrovert. Interacting with people helps a lot from my experience. Mimi ni mzee though. Yeah, so yeah, that's my point. Yeah, I feel like it's, let me use the word stupidity. Umesoma unakaa home just waiting for it collar job. Be creative, you are youth. Hata watu wa jua kali, kwani ni watu wangapi wanafanya kazi jua kali na wamesoma? Ama do you think these conductors wanashanga all of them they are dropouts? Kuna mwingine alipata KCSE. Uko naye hapo kwa gari, ukiona tu nayo uniform, always mpe heshima. Husi ni conductor. Unamlipa na please call me kwa gari. Akikushika atakufanyia nini? He has no knowledge about law. Unaona?
Gocha. Ushalipa na please call me.
It was just an example, it's not me.
Let me go to Nganga. Ushalipa na please call me.
Wewe bana. Heshima idumu.
Okay.
But I had a friend lakini singemseti. Alifanyia mama mboga.
Honestly, show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are.
No, okay. He's not a good friend. Yule mabesti wa anyaje.
Alilipa mama mboga na please call me. Anyway. So let me make this conversation a little bit more personal, right? I've heard you speak, I've heard you, and I'm here to hear what Nyaga is going to say about now his personal statement. Now, you guys are talking about availing opportunities. And for me to avail an opportunity as a person, I need resources. Right?
Yes.
I need resources. Maybe say you want me to start a business. I need to start maybe say my own talk show. I need to start my own company. I need resources. But I don't have these resources. At the same time, I'm unemployed. So, Nganga, what is your personal story in the next 5 years? Not what would be, what is now. Envision 5 years to come.
What I'm envisioning myself in the next 5 years. Kama si connections, hakuna mali. Kama si connections, hakuna mali. Okay. See, my friend alikuwa anasema like apart from education, ni nini ingine hauna? Enyawe, nini ingine uko nayo yenye the rest don't have? Connections. Connections tapeleka mbali. Sasa okay, connections si ati lazima like kuwe na wasa wenye like parents wenye wako na elevated sources of income as in ukiwa shule juana tu na watu kadhaa wenye unakaa hivi uko like okay, une vile naona anaenda basi anaenda vizuri, nile tu like nikijipanga tu nyuma kidogo basi naingia naye hivyo, tunaingia naye tukiana connections pole pole. Lakini kama uko na mzazi, hiyo connection yako sijakataa, slide nayo. Kama una connections, but it's a big problem.
So you're saying, like for these 5 years, you're working on creating connections.
Yes.
Okay, usipofaulu kupata connections, you'll just be you. Okay.
That's very unfortunate.
In 5 years.
I first want to strongly disagree with what my brother is sharing. Today, if you really believe in connections, then you will have to explain to me and convince me the reason as to why our current president is the president. Let's be logical. And it's an honest discussion, and we are giving our views. We are not personalizing issues. If that man has managed to be where he is today, what is hindering you from achieving what you think you can achieve? Myself, as a young person, I am sitting in the same class with people who are 40 years, 50 years. They are there sitting with me. This is someone who has a husband, she has children, or he has another responsibility, a lot of responsibilities to take care, and he is aging, and he can accommodate what I'm doing. The reason as to why I am in Nairobi, it's because I'm studying. But look, here is another aged person. We are not of the same age, so nguvu yake imeenda kidogo. Kama ni kuamka mapema naweza amka mapema, kama ni kumultitask vitu naweza multitask. Lakini what am I thinking? Mimi bado ni mtoto. Nangojea ile siku, nangojea ipo siku. Wake up, multitask, do things, start business. Try to even start today. There is a government loan. You can go there, take your papers there. Actually, I can connect you and have the loan from 100,000. You can do a lot of things with 100,000. Rather than
do you have security?
My security is outside.
No, I'm asking you for the loan.
For the loan,
yes.
Sorry, no, there is no security.
Like the government just gives you 100K,
Yeah,
but without any collateral.
No security, no
Hii loan gani? Anyway, you'll educate us about the loan later.
Yeah. So another thing I want to brainwash maybe what my brother said. Yes, you can have connections.
But let me ask you before we endelee. Mimi sasa hizi sikuwa najua kuna loan ya gava ya 100K. I've just met you. Ukasema kuna loan. Umesema I can connect you. That is connection.
Yes.
That is connection.
Why? Because you look for me.
Yes, because now it is through you that I'm going to reach the government.
Yes.
Now it is through his uncles and rich grandpa that is going to get nyama pale kesho.
Okay. What I'm saying is that you can have that connection.
Yes.
But if you are not qualified, your way is not different from that of Mwenda. You will rise very fast. Then, after a short while, you will be coming down.
Mwenda is currently aspiring to be an MP. I'll show you that it's going to fall.
This scandal, this thing has landed him on.
What about Bobowino?
Bobowino shot someone, and Bobowino is not allowed to start.
No, I'm saying Mwenda is planning to be now an aspiring MP, right? And you're saying that this scandal is going to maybe say tarnish his name. What about Ditmas Baraza? What about Bobowino? People have shot, and they're still in power.
On my earlier statement,
Yes.
I told you I want to rephrase what I said. I said that laws are there to be broken, and laws, either you accept it or not, sometimes it catches up with the poor. So, if you are poor, the law will be on your neck, right? But if you have something, you can navigate. But either way, what I'm trying to discourage is that you be that a youth that is saying, we don't have the capacity, sisi ni maskini, hatuna connection, hatuna powers. Do what you do to live well.
All right. Now, as you wind up your statement, where will you be in 5 years?
In 5 years, I am planning I will have advanced a bit in my studies. I am also planning, I'm in the progress of starting a company. So after 5 years, maybe we can meet in the streets of the national government. Yeah, and we can have a cup of tea. Unikumbushe ile siku ulikuwa Parkland.
Yes, that's how. Yes, that's how. Let's go to Cynthia. In 5 years' time, what is your story like?
In 5 years. I saw a clip. There's a man alikuwa anaulizwa, where will you be in 5 years? Akasema, are you sure you'll be alive in the next 1 hour? So I will answer this question in the terms like, in the next 5 years, I'll be a lawyer but not an advocate, because an advocate is someone who has been admitted to the bar. I was still in the process of studying KSL, and also I'll be a renowned singer. Maybe you'll be singing the billboards. Yeah, maybe. Also, I would say I want to add a point in what he said, connection. Tunaitaja kama connection, I don't know why, but it's basically like, for example, like the hosts who are here for the girl who was sitting here, ningekuja nimwambie, hey, you talked well, unaweza nifunza hivi na hivi na hivi. Like akiona niko na hiyo interest na ninaweza fanya kama yeye, ndio ataona I can appoint you. But naweza kuwa nakufuata nyuma lakini mimi ni dafa, you're a dafa. Like you don't know what you're doing. So in the matters of connection, you should also be intelligent, and you should also show that person that hata mimi najua kenye nafanya, like you can appoint me. And also, you can do whatever you want to do with the connections, either the parents, either the friends, either the government or what. But it depends when you entered in, when you chose law or you chose medicine, engineering, what was the purpose? You wanted to bring a change, and what was your change? Be the change. Yeah.
All right. So let me add on something again about connections. Connections too. You see, there's nothing wrong with connection.
Yeah.
No. Connection, like I always say, the main reason why we get to tarmac a lot after graduating is because we take university as a place where we go to bookworm. Like, mimi nimeenda pale nifanye law. So I want that by the time I'm coming out of this environment, maybe say from my 4th year, my 5th year, I want to come out of this place a lawyer. I want to come out of this place a doctor. I want to come out of this place a microbiologist or a biotechnologist. Actually, that's what I did. We tend to forget that there's something far much more important than my program of admission. You see, that's why when we talk about connection, I don't have any problem with that. But what I might do is change the term. Instead of saying connection, let it be networking. Not just networking, but meaningful networks. Yes, I might meet you in the streets of Nairobi and then tell you, hey, excuse me, I do ABCD, blah, blah, would you please come to my show? I'm not convinced that you'll come. Maybe you'll not come because our interests do not align. But if they do, naambianga watu kwa shule pale, rather than focus on GGTO morning to evening, uko pale library, lecture hall, library, lecture hall, library. That is something that you should leave to high schoolers and primary school kids. In campus, it's a matter of networking. Mimi nafanya law, yes. Shika rafiki na lawyer na your lecturer. Because in campus, kitu fanya kunga ni if you're doing medicine, unapata like mtu anakufunza ni daktari.
Yeah.
If it is law, mtu anakufunza ni lawyer ama advocate. And then when ule mtu mwenye I am an introvert, I don't want to connect with people, I just want to study. Wewe umeshika kitabu from A to Z. That's why you find people who have graduated, they've got first class, they're roaming around the streets of Nairobi. They didn't utilize that time to network. Through networking, you get to know, other than education, people can also do businesses. People can do talk shows. People can do podcasting. Now, that is what I mean by saying, when you are in school, focus on making meaningful connections. Otherwise, parting shot, 30 seconds each. Is education being pointless now? Yes or no?
Yes.
Pointless?
If education is pointless.
Yes.
Si nimetoka hapa kusema tu sahihi kama si connections like okay.
Na basi sifanye
Kuna
hivi.
wenzetu hapa.
Si wewe utoke basi shule saa hizi, utembee tu like wewe morning to evening. Ni connections tu unatafuta.
Maybe it's more of okay. Nikimaliza like kusoma. Is like sasa nikimaliza kusoma is my career itakuwa my main source of income pekee. Sasa kikiniramba kama malao hapa Jivanji.
Let's go to Tampua. Is it pointless?
I still stand my answer. It's not pointless. It's Kenya system. I like how the education system is going, and we won't just encompass and base our arguments on these quirks that we've been discussing about. Yeah. Personally, I've felt the change from start. Using the same example I used before, CBC it's growing well. I have a brother who is undergoing the process, and it's fine. I can see the progress. And actually, kuna day I entered one of the, I think it's grade 6 or 5, and nilipata walikuwa wanafunzwa chemistry nilisoma from 2 about the fractional distillation of something. It was from 2. So, yes, imagine. But then I was surprised, and I asked myself, these children are studying this thing at this stage. You know, as 35 students, like maybe 12 years of age or less, maybe. So like Kama is being exposed to this kind of, the amount of knowledge that the other person anapata. That's why Nonanga, my brother always brags and anasemanga, CBC is always better than 844. Because what you learned when ulikuwa umemwacha na 10 years, he already knows it. So like, and actually I actually learn a lot from my small brother, because I feel like CBC in a the way I said, like it's matching up and growing in the day-to-day lives and the technology that the Africa as a continent and Kenya is growing. See, I'm sure all of us know that Kenya is one of the growing countries in Africa. I think it's top 3. Yeah, the economy is growing very well. Okay, my bad. Economy ya Kenya ni mbaya. I take back my words though. But you can see from the education perspective, yeah, it's going well. And also concerning the same, sikujibu ile swali niliuliza kwanza, what time to become.
Niliguruka.
Yeah, uliniruka.
Briefly.
No problem. So concerning the part of being mambo connection, I'm always pessimistic on the same. But what I know, after 5 years, obviously, from now, starting the countdown from now, I'll be at KSL, God willing, and I know it will happen. After that, I always wanted to be a sole proprietor. Yeah, I'm passionate about business and, grow in the same business faculty, because my dad is an advocate. Yes, and even he's a business person.
Connection.
No, that's not connection.
Connection.
We are connected already. No, it's not like that. So that's my point. Nitakuwa sole proprietor. I like being into business with serious people where you prosper. Si biashara mchezo, mkianza piga deal na mtu anakuruka the 11th hour. Like yes, I want to be a serious business person. My brother here napiganga biashara legit sana na but then to open up kuna siku like a year ago nilikuwa nimesota sana nikafikiria naweza fanya nini nikakuwa scammer online. But umechange
ngoja. So umechange juu at hizo kwa shule, si ndio? Ngoja. Now this is what I was talking about. No, ngoja.
acha turudi kwa topic tulikuwa. Just a way.
All right, ex-scammer.
Yes, no. Yeah, nimacha. So on the same nasema tu like opportunities.
It was creating an opportunity.
Kind of. But niliona naumiza watu sana so nikasema acha tutabreakia but now I've changed though. So that's the point. Kama like you feel like tusema kuna kazi, you just think the opportunities and connection where necessary. You can have a friend. You know it's good like kuwa na friend kusaidiana, kuna ile connection ya kusaidiana rather than kuna ile like unaenda to interview unaona yes this guy is very terrible at answering question and interview his presentation uko sawa but anachukuliwa. That's another level. But kuna ile marafiki kama unataka like maybe unafanya show, I can connect you maybe with the cameraman. So unaona uko na cameraman naweza kwambia if they can participate or they can come and take photos of a certain event unaweza leta. So that's helping you in connection in a brotherly way. Unanipata? Yeah, that's my point.
All right. So let's go. Do you think it's pointless? 30 seconds each and then wind up. Cynthia.
Education is not pointless because for all the other quacks or however they have been called, for them to reach that point, they had knowledge and they had wisdom. I was not born with knowledge and wisdom. I learned it from a small age until the age that I am right now. So education can never be pointless.